All verse rising my soul family. Peace to the gods, stars, and goddesses. With this topic, we're going to explain why a lot of spiritually awake soul beings have been switched out at birth from their real spiritual family, right? This can associate with Lyrians, Palladians, Arcturians, the Pegasians, so many spiritual families out here in the multiverse that's not really talked about on planet Earth in Angel Number Universe 7, right? And with that information I just shared you right there about Arcturians, Palladians, Lyrians, and the Pegasians and etc. spiritual beings in our multiverse, that just shows you that I got switched out at birth from my real family, right? So let's say, for example, right, there's a term called the black sheep, right? But let me go deeper on this, right? Really, the spiritually awake people, whether the spiritually awake human or the spiritually awake humanoid extraterrestrial looks European, looks African, looks Caribbean, or looks like a mix of African, Caribbean, and any spiritual humanoid extraterrestrial just questions everything in a slave owner society and sees that the rat race that a lot of their relatives have been chasing is fake. That's going to make that spiritually awake person realize that they are the octopus of their biological family that they was put in, so these spiritually awake people could not connect with their spiritual family at birth. Because look, I'm gonna tell you right now, when I was birthed into existence, my energy level was super duper high. Individuals, right? Any individual in existence, whether it's an animal, a humanoid extraterrestrial, if you're a spiritually awake being and your energy level is super high at birth, what's gonna happen is the slave owner system is going to have you be switched out from your spiritual family that you will have to later connect on through the internet, where there might be Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, anywhere, right? And you as a spiritually awake being had to go through so much suffering, with biologically related people that was like handpicked for you at birth through a social security number and a birth certificate, right? I'm gonna tell you right now, a lot of us spiritually awake beings, we have birth certificates and social security numbers. That's not who we are, So if your last name is Ashley, Woodberg, Manny, Wilson, fucking Jackson, if your last name is fucking goddamn Brady, Tebow, look, any last name and middle name that you got on that birth certificate, your whole name on that birth certificate is not who you are. If I was to tell my own mother or tell anybody that's biologically related to me who's not spiritually awake that our names on that birth certificate card is not who we are, that social security number is not who we are, these job organizations is not who we are, they will look at me like I'm crazy, right? So I would be like the octopus in a family full of wolves, right? Because octopus and wolves, they have different characteristics, so they can't really connect together, right? So you as a spiritually awake being, realizing that name on that social security card, that name on that birth certificate is not who you are, and you realize that these last names is not who you are, right? Because so many sleep humans, so many sleep zombie humans, synthetic clone humans on Earth be talking about, oh, my last name is Ashley. Oh, my last name is Jackson. Oh, my last name is Wilson. Oh, my last name is Snickerdoodle. My name is like Snickerberg, right? Like I'm a Davis. I'm a fucking Manny. I'm a Kaepernick. Like, no, you're not. You're not these last names. Like, come on. Like, any real spiritual being knows that these last names, like your first name that was given to you at birth, that first name, middle name, last name that was given to you at birth by your parents, that's not your real actual name. Why do you think a lot of musicians, they give themselves a name? Because it's through their own cosmic intuition of their own cosmic source from the spiritual family, right? Because realistically, we're supposed to give ourselves a name. We're not supposed to let somebody else give us a name, because that would be like slavery, right? It's just like in slavery, a lot of melanated slaves a lot of European slaves, a lot of Asian slaves. They had names from first, middle, and last name forced on them, right? So if you're like any nationality, if you're a European person, an Asian nationality person, an African, Caribbean nationality person, and whatever your name is on that birth certificate, that is not who you are. And if you tell your own father and mother or whoever it is in your biological family that's not spiritually awake that that name on that social security card and that birth certificate is not who you are, they'll look at you like you're crazy because you question everything in existence. We're supposed to question things in existence. We've been doing that in the whole multiverse for so long. So many spiritual beings have been questioning things in planet Venus, Pluto, planet Sadala, planet Izodio, planet Lyria for so long. Every planet in the multiverse from Angel Number Universe 1 through Angel Number Universe 25 and beyond. We spiritually awake soul beings been questioning everything, right? Imagine this, the name that I was given at birth, on the birth certificate, that's not who I am. I know that came from some slave owners. I knew that. But other people that's biologically related to me, like, you know, most of them don't even know that the names on their social security card, the names on their birth certificate is not who they are. They think that's who they are. If you let a slave owner tell you that, oh, your last name is gonna be Wilson, your last name is gonna be Vapor, your last name is gonna be fucking Loader. You know, if you let any slave owner give you a name, man, that says a whole lot about your courage. Like, you're not supposed to let anyone give you a name because you name yourself what you feel in your mind, heart, and soul is meant to be, right? So like when you think about people that name themselves like Young Pharaoh or something, like Young Pharaoh before he got cloned, you feel me? I'm gonna tell you right now, Young Pharaoh, like the birth certificate on his name, the name on his birth certificate, that's not who he was. Young Pharaoh found out his name was Young Pharaoh through spiritual esoteric teachings, from intuition of inner work. When people do a lot of inner work, spiritual inner work, look, they find out that their real names is what they come up with themselves, right? So the name I came up with myself that you all, that a lot of you spiritual people already know me by, that's not on my birth certificate, you already know that I did a lot of inner work with myself, right? Like, come on, man. Like, cause like I know, bro, a lot of individuals that spiritually awake, when they see on a birth certificate that their name is like Jaden Daniels or Michael Penance, or their name could be John Ross, they know that spiritual people, they know that those names on those birth certificates is not who they are. So if my name was John Ross or Jaden Daniels and it was on a birth certificate, I know that's not who I am. I know that's not who I am. Those names were given by some slave owner social security systems. And this is the proof that like the families that we were birthed into was like handpicked by Zionist, Mormon, Freemason, Pope demons who wanted to keep spiritually awake soul beings away from their spiritual family, soul family. Like, this is all facts. Like, so let's say if your name was like Jules Uniminds or something, or Jules Unihearts or Jules Unisouls, or your name was like Inanna Laria, right? Or your name was X, or you named yourself Ozarka, or you named yourself Osiris Yamoya, or you named yourself Osiria Yamoya, right? That's the name that you came up with on your own through spiritual inner work. Because I'm going to tell you right now, you're not going to find anybody on a birth certificate that has the name Osiris Yamoya. Because we all know, man, we spiritually awake beings. We are beyond this social security number. We are way beyond birth certificates, man. Like, these birth certificates and social security numbers is not who we are. If you tell biological relatives that the names on our birth certificate cards and social security numbers is not who we are, and they think you're crazy for that, they're not your spiritual family, soul family. That's all I gotta say to you.